What if I tell you that I can improve the speed of your serve between 15 and 20%? That would be pretty cool, right? Well, we created a tool that exactly does that. Now, how much would that be worth for you? Think about that number. It might be like $100, might be $500, $300. Think about how easy could that be for you to hold the serve on the tennis matches. How much could that improve your tennis game? Being able to not worry about your serve because you know that it's going to be easy to hold because your serve is just way better than the other one serve. Now, if you have tried different kind of drills, different kind of courses, different systems before and it didn't work, I'm telling you guys, it's not your fault. There is so much information online that it gets actually pretty confusing, even for us that we know about a lot about tennis. Sometimes even your tennis pro, like you go take a few lessons, what do they tell you? You serve a few times, the serve is not working, you're not improving. They tell you, oh, you gotta keep working on it. You gotta do 100 serves a day. You gotta do 50 serves a day. Guys, do you know the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing again and again, trying to expect a different result. It does not work. If you keep doing the same mistake again and again, it's just gonna get worse and worse. You're gonna get more consistent on your mistake. And then it makes it harder to change it up. So I've been struggling on myself all my life. You know, I've been to different conferences, different workshops here in US, here in Spain. So I've been trying to try different kind of methods on myself so I can experiment and I can then create a final tool to figure out what works the best. And that's exactly what we did. We created a 3-part online course that it will go straight to the point with the explanation and the drills that will improve massively your serve and it will take your tennis game to the absolute next level. Now, let's get back to that number. How much would you pay for that? Now, I'm gonna tell you the best thing about this thing. We created for free just for you guys. We wanted to thank everyone because you have been supporting our channel since the first day, since the day that we were having 10 views a day, 100 views a day. Now, of course, we're having way more, but we wanted to still thank you. So we created this 3-part free course for you. The link is on the description below. If you want to get in, make sure you go right now because we're going to be closing it really soon. As soon as we get to a certain number, we're going to hit it. We're going to close it because we just wanted to create a test group. We wanted to find out how people like it, the comments. We wanted to help all those people that are getting in. And if we get too many people, we're not going to be able to do that. We're not going to be able to give the value to our subscribers. So we'll close it up really soon. If you want to get in, make sure you go right now. It's the first link on the description. Get in, you just have to put your email. You will get in straight into a course. And do you know the best part? It's free forever. Free lifetime if you sign up right now. Even if we make it paid in the future because people really like it, once they start doing the drills, you will see that they really work. People are gonna wanna pay for it, but if it's closed, we won't open it. So if you wanna get in right now, make sure you click on that link below and you will be able to get in for lifetime, even if we close it in the future. So what we're gonna do on today's video, we're gonna show you a small part of this course. We're gonna basically do some of the drills that we have been explaining on the course. And I'm gonna work with Sergey on how to use his legs better to get more power on his serve. So let's get into those drills. So one of the biggest mistakes that we found out beginners do on their serve is that they don't jump high enough. So you will be watching right now on the slow motion how on this serve Sergey is jumping, it's moving forward, but the jump is so small that he even falls on the baseline. He lands on the top of the baseline, so his jump was not high enough. It's way harder to get over the net. You don't have net clearance. And that's exactly what we're going to be working on today. So for the first drill, what you're going to do is you're going to need a bench or something that is kind of high, but you can sit down on it. So we're going to start learning how to get up using the legs. So on the first drill, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Sergey to sit down here. He's going to get his racket back. He's going to toss the ball. And as soon as he starts going up with the rackets, he's going to also use his legs to get up. So I'm going to toss the ball, I'm going to toss, and I'm going to get up. I don't need to jump yet, so that's what he's going to do here. So he's going to sit down. He's going to put the racket back. He's going to get up as he swings. That's perfect. Go for it again. Toss. Perfect. He's going to do it one more time. And get up. Perfect. One more time. Good job. So second drill that we're going to do. We're going to do exactly the same, but now he's going to start jumping. So he's going to sit down, he's gonna toss the ball, and as he goes up, he's gonna start jumping. So when we use this kind of bench, it's letting us help to make sure that we bend the legs, because most of the times what we find out is most players, they toss the ball, they don't bend the legs. If you don't bend the legs, you cannot use them to jump up. So that's the first part that you gotta use. You gotta bend them so you can jump up. And that's what the bench is for. He's gonna sit down, and then as he goes up, he's gonna start jumping. Good job. Toss and jump up. Perfect. Here. Good job. Perfect. He was killing it. We're gonna move on to the next drill now. Third drill that we're gonna do a few shadow swings, getting the whole motion now. So now the bench is out. We learn how our legs have to be bent in order to use them to get up. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our foot serve. Shadow swings, we don't need to hit the ball, but our goal is gonna be to jump over the baseline. So we wanna serve, and after we fall, we wanna make sure that we are at least in front of the baseline. So with these things, we're working on two things. We're working first of all on the momentum. We see most amateur players, they jump backwards. So if you jump backwards, you will see that the baseline will be in front of you, and you won't be doing this drill properly. And second thing, we're jumping up. If you fall and you are touching the baseline, that means that your jump was not high enough and you were not able to jump it. So we're gonna do a few shadow swings here, and I'm gonna use the ball, I'm gonna bend, and I'm gonna jump up. So as you can see, I jump and I jump over the white line, the baseline here. So I jump and I go. Now make sure when you jump and fall with the front leg. If you are a righty, you're gonna fall with the left leg. If you are lefty, with the right one. There again, so many players that they jump and they turn in the air. So what happens? They turn the body in the air. They end up serving out wide all the time when they are serving from the due side, because their body is opening on the air. So again, a few more times here. You're gonna do a few shadow swings. So now Sergey's gonna do that. Perfect. You can see how he's jumping. He's falling with the left leg, and then the right one follows, going forward always. Good job. He's gonna do it one more time. That was perfect. Next drill, we're gonna do exactly the same. We're gonna focus on jumping over the white line, the baseline. But now we're gonna mix one shadow swing with one ball hit. So, and here the first one is gonna be always a shadow swing here, and going up. Now the next one, I'm gonna toss the ball, and I'm gonna do exactly the same. Toss, jump up, and hit that serve. So that's what Sergey is gonna do. Now on the next one, he's gonna go hit the ball. Perfect. Perfect. Try to, when you do the shadow swings, get the same rhythm as the rhythm we have when you toss the ball, because I see so many players that they do a shadow swing and they don't care, they come here, they go very slow. So then once they try to put it on practice, it's way harder for them because it was not realistic. Now, if you were able to pass this drill, we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna make it a little bit harder. So now, we're gonna put a small obstacle in front of you, so we are starting to learn how to jump a little bit higher. Now, obviously the baseline was really small because it's on the ground, but if you see most players, they have a huge jump. They jump really high when they serve. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put two small cones right here. I'm gonna put them sideways so it's not that high. And from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell Sergey to toss the ball and jump over them. So I'm gonna show you once. Now you gotta make sure that you toss the ball in front of your body, because if the toss is behind you, it's gonna be almost impossible to jump over them. So in here, I'm gonna get set up right in front of them, and from here I toss the ball in front of me, and I jump over them, trying to go over the net, of course. And jump. That was perfect. Make sure you have the momentum going forward after you serve. Good job. So you can see he's getting already so much power, way more than what he usually gets. Even him, you can see the second bounce, how the bounce is really high on the fence. Why is that? He usually doesn't use as much the legs. I guess he's kind of lazy usually. He kind of like jumps and he gets very low. Now that he's forcing himself, putting the cones to jump a little bit higher, he's getting way more power on that serve and the bounce is getting way higher. So you can also use this on the second serve, of course. And we're gonna give you one last drill. Now what we're gonna do is with the same cones, we're gonna turn them and we're gonna make it even higher. That's probably somewhere around how the pros jump. Now, if you don't have this kind of flex cones, you can put whatever you want in front. The key is to have some kind of obstacle to jump over it and force yourself to jump. Because I found out with the years that if you don't have something in front of you to force you to jump higher, you just don't do it. Because you think that you are jumping so high, but as soon as you start putting the cones in front, you will see that if you hit them, you will realize that the jump was very small and you're gonna force yourself to go even higher. So the last drill, that's exactly what we're doing. I'll set up myself in front of these cones. I'm gonna need to make sure I bend my legs to be able to jump up here and jump up and serve. So that's what Sergey is gonna do here. Great job. And jump, perfect. He's gonna do one more time. Okay, he's doing one more. Make sure you stay up with your body. He's kind of bending it over. That's a great one. That's a great serve. Very good. So as you can see, we're gonna show you now in a slow motion the difference between the first serve that we showed you at the beginning, how we don't use the legs at all, or the jump is really small, with this last serve where we are serving with a big jump. What happens? We have way more net clearance, so it's going to be much easier for us to go over the net. And the angle that we're getting over the net is much better. That is going to allow us to get a bigger bounce on that serve, so it's going to be harder for the other one to return it. So now, if you want to keep improving the speed of your serve, don't forget to check the first link on the description below. Click on that link, register, and you will have free serve speed course for lifetime. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see some comments on that course.